Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Two news stories. First one is from Raya, southern zone, where Tigray fighters are expanding their control, entering new places. A new town, which has been taken by Tigray fighters. They have entered this town, it seems. Now they are just a few kilometers away from the border as it stood on uh, as it stood before the start of war in November 20. Secondly, an Ethiopian institute has conducted a research about the losses suffered by Ethiopia due to war. Huge losses. I want to share the report of this Ethiopian institute. Interestingly, the damage estimated by this institute does not include the damage which has been caused in Amhara region, which is ongoing, in Oromia as well. Just the damage caused by mainly Tigray wars, retails. Firstly, viewers, Tigray fighters in April entered southern zone. Since then, they have been expanding areas under their control. They were green lighted by the Ethiopian National Defense Force. ENDF gave the green light to them to enter southern zone. Amhara government was dismantled. Amhara militias fled. Amhara people also fled. More than 50,000 fled, according to UN agency. Getachew said that Tigray fighters were withdrawing from Gajale and another village in southern zone, but on the ground, no one is withdrawing. Rather, Tigray fighters are expanding their control areas under their control. I told you in some videos that they were seen pushing along Koram to Sikota Road and Alamata to Kobo, trying to restore Tigray's borders here, as the border stood in November 2020 before the start of war. Timuga and Vaja are right on border. Again, the border which stood in November 2020. And perhaps the last remaining places on border which were not under Tigray control are these two places. Alamata has presence of Tigray fighters. They have entered there, hundreds of them based in school, etc. So they are there. ENDF there too, but they're trying to control the city still. But since they are there now, hundreds of them, so you can say that Alamata is not under their control. You can say, though they are trying to expand their control in Alamata city. Vaja and Timoga were remaining. Around 24 hours ago, Tigray fighters entered Timoga. We got confirmation from the ground reported. No conflict there. It's not that fighting erupted. No, we could not confirm any fighting there. It seems they have managed to expand their presence to Timoga. Next target would be Vaja, definitely. I think there is Amhara population in Vaja. Tigray maybe too, but Amhara population as well. Vaja right on border. When will Tigray fighters make a move towards Vaja? We don't know. But they've been seen pushing around Vaja, taking control of high places to ensure that no one from Amhara is able to enter southern zone. I think in coming days they'll try to push towards Vaja too. While you will just see statements from Tigray leaders saying that they are withdrawing. No one is withdrawing. They're not withdrawing. They are expanding the territories under their control. Secondly, viewers, second news story is about the losses suffered by by Ethiopia, Ethiopian government, Ethiopian people due to wars and conflict. How much loss was suffered by Ethiopia? How much time Ethiopia will need to recover those losses? Ethiopian Policy Research Institute has conducted a research. It today published findings of this research. According to this institute, Ethiopia suffered $44 billion damage due to wars and conflicts, and at least 5 years are needed to recover. By the way, I am at a loss. How will Ethiopia recover in 5 years? $44 billion loss, because Ethiopia has been in talks with IMF for a bailout package of around $3 billion for more than a year. It has not been able to get $3 billion. Bailout package, loan, not grant. How will it recover 44 billion US dollars? This war definitely pushed Ethiopia backwards. I always say that Ethiopia is losing its regional reach. Its economy in trouble, inflation little under control, food inflation very high, unemployment. Security sector, only sector with jobs available. Military spending on the rise. Foreign policy needs improvement. So a lot has happened in the last 3 years, 3 to 4 years. By the way, last year, Ethiopian Finance Ministry conducted a research. It said Ethiopia suffered a loss of around 29 billion US dollars due to war. That Ethiopia needed $29 billion to recover, to rehabilitate, to reconstruct. This institute says 44 billion. Interestingly, the interesting point is that the losses which are happening since last year in Amhara are not included. The losses being suffered in Oromia not included. So you see that if you combine all the losses being suffered in Amhara, Oromia, Tigray in the last 3 to 4 years, how much loss was suffered by Ethiopia, the figure would be astounding. And no strategy to recover. I mean, loans are not a way of recovering losses. You can only recover if somehow you increase production, if somehow you attract more investments, if you somehow increase your exports. That is how you can recover the losses. Yes, grants play a role too, assistance plays a role too, but loan payment rescheduling is a temporary solution. A loan is a temporary solution. How will the loan be used? Will it used to starting of new projects which will increase production? That is the important question. Overall, I think a layman can see that this war in northern Ethiopia pushed Ethiopia backwards. Kenya very rapidly replacing Ethiopia. Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, they're replacing Ethiopia. Ethiopia will have to work a lot to reclaim its lost position in the region. But still, direction is not right, because a sham national dialogue kicked off in Addis Ababa yesterday. Fighting ongoing in Amhara, in Oromia. No real dialogue could be started in Ethiopia.